The federal government has inaugurated the National Rice Development Strategy 2 to achieve self-sufficiency in rice production and the competitive African Rice Platform Nigeria, dedicated to the productivity and sustainability of the rice industry. Minister of State for Agriculture said the strategy document is a 10-year plan which seeks to provide direction for the development of the rice subsector.
The rice value chain has been identified as being strategic to achieving these lofty objectives. This underscores the importance of today's event. Its implementation began with the adoption of a value chain system as a holistic approach to transform the rice sector in Nigeria. This has helped the government to provide enablers and support to rice production, processing, and marketing end-to-end. It encouraged a private sector-driven agriculture that started in 2011 as an adopted strategy of the federal government to reduce the huge import bill by accelerating paddy production, improve processing quality, and promoting consumption of homegrown rice.
Earlier, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, represented by Mr. Daniel Udo, Director, Department of Rural Development of the Ministry, said the document would guide stakeholders and investors in the sector to deepen development to achieve self-sufficiency in rice production.
The NAT 2 document to be officially launched today is a 10-year plan, 2020 to 2030. It is meant to guide stakeholders and investors in the sector to deepen the development of the sector for achieving self-sufficiency in rice production and reduce our import bill due to rice importation.
In a goodwill message, the governor of Kebbi, Senator Abubakar Bugudu, said the country had done well in rice production, saying more was needed to be done to increase production.
We have done well, there's no doubt about it, in the rice sector. The increase in production, the mobilization of private investment, the coming together of financiers, scientists, policymakers under the able leadership of the Federal Minister of Agriculture, of course, has produced monumental results in terms of we have moved close to between 15 million to slightly above 50 million. But that we have done well does not mean we cannot do better.
Camp Nigeria, as we are ceremoniously unveiling it today, will further mobilize rice stakeholders in order to promote on-farm adoption of sustainable best practice, link millers and farmers to markets, and offer objective opinions to government for policy making in the rice sector.
In an address, the ECOWAS Rice Observatory officer said regional collaboration was essential for the growth of the rice sub-sector.
ECOWAS continues to rely on strategic alliances and partnerships to effectively implement its set objectives, and platforms like CAP that brings all key actors and relevant stakeholders in the sector together to foster effective linkages, interactive learning, knowledge sharing, and appropriate policy dialogues only facilitates this kind of process that we have in mind.